pleasant one and a big game to start your Saturday. But are you feeling the weight of that?
I'm just feeling the welcoming breeze in the morning weather. I mean, usually we got to transition from outdoor deck to inside by, 9 o'clock in the summer.
Yeah.
And now this week it got to 10 and 10:30. You don't have to go inside today. You don't have to. You could be outside on the deck all day.
Maybe need a little fan.
We got an overhead fan, and there's trees to shade the area.
Yeah.
But all right, first time since May.
I was at the Costco today, Tom. That always brightens my mood.
My neck of the woods.
Yeah, I like Costco a lot. Tell you what. Anyhow, I was in there grabbing some meats, as I said I was going to do. Also, a massive filet of cod that I got. I'm really looking forward to seasoning and getting set to cook also. But I ran into somebody who's a listener to the show, has been for a long time, and it was as I was checking out. And if he's listening to the show right now, I feel terrible because I was hastily trying to get out of there while my dad just kind of moseyed about. I was like, Dad, get in the line. We got to go. I've got a show to do. I need to drop this stuff off at the fridge and go from there. But the guy was wearing a really nice Buccaneer shirt, and he said to me, hey, Jeff, it's good to see you. I'd tell you how long I've been listening, but I don't want to make you feel old. I said, I already feel old, buddy. Thanks a lot. Shook his hand, paid, rode out. But I was in such a good mood.
Yep, that's a brief encounter. I'm glad you brought that to the air.
Yeah.
Sir, sometimes on a Friday, schedules are a little compacted in the morning.
That's all right. No, the guy was nice. I mean, I was nice back. I just didn't have time. I didn't have a lot of time. Had to keep it rolling, keep it moving, baby. Let's go.
Over under 185 bones at the Costco today.
Under. It's a miracle.
Hey, congratulations. That's a tough one to pull off.
I even bought a pair of pants.
Oh, well, I mean, that's only $18.
It's a beautiful thing. It's those ones that you can wear outside that are long even when it's 100.
Yep.
Like that breathe. Breathe. I mean, every now and then you need those. Where shorts won't work. Yeah. Of course, the show's live. Scott, get the hell out of here with that dumb question on a Libations Friday.
Whoa. Jeez.
Come on, man. Yes, it's live. On Twitter, it's at JCamera Show. I think. What?
Well, no.
We're coming with it.
Hey, in case you didn't think he was coming with it today, now you know.
Let's go.
My goodness.
Did you have a feeling? Did anything come over you last night at all? I don't know if I don't know what happened, but I just started thinking we might beat that ass.
Oh, yeah, a wave of confidence. This is why I asked you yesterday during the show. The more I look, Duke is good, especially by Duke standards.
Oh, well, by Duke standards, they're exceptionally good, Tom. Yeah.
But they ain't world beaters.
No, and they're not burdened by too much athleticism.
Yeah, right. If we didn't have the Clemson paw on the helmet, and if you weren't playing up there, these are too big. Like the atmosphere really matters. It does. But if you told me that the opponent that we were going to face had a quarterback with a rocket arm, maybe one good receiver, and then a bunch of above average guys, an O-line that's in question, and two really good running backs, would I be concerned? Yeah. But without the Clemson helmet and without the location of the game, not very concerned because of what this team is this year. But it's the matchup. It's how desperate they're going to play that makes this
that's the big thing.
Close.
They've got some good players, and they're going to play desperate. It's at their place, and you don't know till you know. And so and what I mean by that is not predicted. I'm not talking about what you can predict right or wrong. I'm talking about players playing the game. We haven't won this game in 7 years.
It's been a long ass time,
and there is that doubt if you're in a close game late in the second half or late in the third quarter. Are we going to get this done? There's the sense of we have to get this done. And that's the added pressure of this moment that the team that's won 7 in a row doesn't necessarily feel. It's what happens. It's human nature. You gotta climb the mountain. You got to go do it now.
In a weird way, though, they feel that. They don't feel the momentum of 7 in a row or being, a fifth-year senior that hasn't lost to Florida State. There's a lot of unproven. Like, Shipley has been around. He's seen some things. But we're not going all the way back to the Dexter Lawrence teams. We're not going back to Deshaun Watson here with any guys on this roster. That's the thing, is you've got a quarterback who's making his 5th start in his career with a new offensive coordinator. There has been noise in the system at Clemson. They've already lost to Duke. So in a way, they feel pressure just the same as we do. Whereas if this was, Deshaun or Trevor Lawrence, their final year, and they had beaten that ass the 2 previous seasons, they might have even had a blip in the first week, but they wouldn't feel that pressure. I think they do. I think Clemson does feel pressure to get this done tonight.
I think maybe Dabo does because he understands that this would further erode confidence in the program, both amongst recruits and perhaps his loyal following. I mean, this comes with the territory, by the way. There will be a moment in time where hopefully Mike Norvell has succeeded to a level that has put him on a pedestal amongst the best coaches in the land, and he's achieved. And then there is a hiccup along the way, a bad year, and then perhaps a surprise loss the following year, and some moments that lead you to believe things are slipping a little bit, and the conversation begins to shift. And it's happened at Clemson. I dare say I think it's happening at Alabama right now. Now,
fast.
Yeah. But the difference at Alabama is my man has 7 national championships. Not 1, not 2. He's got 7. And we're not too far removed from his last. So while it would be fair to note that he is not currently, his teams are not currently, Nick Saban that is, playing up to this ungodly standard he set, they still did go 11-2 last year, and they have good players. They just don't have a quarterback currently. But Alabama fans are asking. People are looking around the SEC going, they can be God. Georgia's now the best team in the SEC, and everybody knows it. Like, it has changed hands. It's happened. Shift your attention right now to the ACC, where people believe it's on the cusp of happening, and it may be shown to be true, proven to be true, illuminated this Saturday. What if Clemson, and we dare to dream, it's like winning the lottery. What if I won the lottery? What if Clemson's just not very good?
It's possible.
If Florida State, and it's a big if, goes and wins this game 37-17, you won't be shocked. I won't be shocked. I'm not entirely certain Clemson fans would be shocked. Maybe. But if that happens, there are no more questions about who's in power. There's no more questions about the fall, how far maybe, but the fall of that program. What they're able to deflect at Clemson with a win is any of that talk, is any of that. I mean, and so Dabo would maybe feel the weight of this game a little bit more than his players because he understands that these kinds of conversations, once in the air, tend to grow louder and louder and louder.
But I think the players would feel the pressure too because, when you go to Clemson at this point, like if you committed to them a year ago, you signed this year, 3 years ago, you're going to go to the playoff, you're going to win ACC championships. They went to the ACC championship and won it last year, but that's not really an uber successful season for where they've been because they went to the Orange Bowl and did not make the Final Four. So if you already have one loss in your back pocket, you can't afford a second.
Well, not through your first 4 games. Yeah.
Right. Like last year for Florida State, 1 loss to 2 is not that big of a deal given where you've been and what your goals are. Right. So, but for Clemson and what you've been told as you are a recruit and what you've been told when you arrive on campus and you go through summer workouts and all the camps is that getting to the playoff is the standard. This is what we're here to do. And so if you lose tomorrow to us and you lose your second game and that's your second ACC loss, there's no path to Charlotte at that point. Can't do it. No divisions. Right. There's no path to it.
I agree.
There's no path to the playoff. It's over. That's the danger. When you have a standard that is that high,
oh sure,
the second loss can become a third really fast because the wind is out of the sails. And so they don't want that wind to be out of the sails of the program, and that's where the pressure, I think, comes from.
Well, and the idea, too, if you end up winning the game and then you could look back at the flukish nature of the Duke game and all of a sudden you could convince yourself very quickly that you're still the best team in the league and possibly a playoff contender.
Yes, because you play Notre Dame and North Carolina and Miami.
Yeah, you have opportunities.
Shoot. We went out. We are a shoo-in for the playoff. That would be the talking point on that Monday.
Well, it'd be the rightful talking point, I might add, if that were to all happen. But at the same time, for Florida State, you could have checked the box. And this is a big one. This is a big game. I said it yesterday. This is a huge game for Jordan Travis to take yet another step and be the man that we all think he is. And what I mean by that, I'm not talking about the human being and the character aspect of who he is. I'm talking about the continued elevation of his play that's led him to be a guy that nobody would have ever thought draftable at one point, not as a quarterback in the league, to somebody who now knows he will be drafted, somebody who is paid handsomely by the Battle's End to be here, to roster retention being a huge thing, and a guy who does have pro aspirations and wants to achieve the goals that he set out before himself all those years ago when nobody believed in him. He goes and wins a game like this after having done it again to LSU, and he's in rarefied air. Now, that's not why you play the game so that you can be in rarefied air. You play the game to be the very best you can be and to win. But that's what happens along the way with the winning, and it would for him. And every step forward is another step towards a realized dream. And I think he's got a chance because he is confident. He knows this offense. Mike's a good play caller. I think they've got something set up for Clemson in this game offensively. My real questions aren't with him or the offense in this game. I think they'll both be great. I think Jordan will play well, and I think the offense will really hum to the degree that it can against a good opponent. I mean, other teams on scholarship, they're going to try real hard. They got good players. You're not going to go up and down the field and drop 50. But you get the point. This will be a good game. We'll look back and say, the offense played well. It's all about the defense. This whole game to me is about the defense. It's about Adam Fuller, 2 fingers to my eyes, 2 fingers back to you. Randy Shannon, 2 fingers to my eyes, 2 fingers back to you. This front 4, Fabian Levitt, are we going to get a game out of you? You haven't been dominant in a long time. I need you to be dominant. Farmer, you going to bounce back from last week's performance? Might have been addled with sickness. Absolutely, I think he was. He looked like a guy who didn't want to be out there. He hadn't shown that previous. There were no indicators of it previous, as I've said. Are you back at full strength? Jared Verse, big-time player. This is a big-time game. Patrick Payton, can you keep your emotions in check and let your ability do the talking? Stay in your gap, set the edge, do those things. Can you do what we're asking you to do and make plays? Make them earn it? Will we bow up at linebacker, fill those holes, tackle in space? Make plays? If they can do those things and obviously clean up the communication issues on the back end, I think Florida State could have a real fun Saturday because I think they have the team to do this, to go in there and win this game. We've said that for a while. I did pick them the other day to win this game. I'm sticking by that. I know you did too. And I think if they play well, they will win.
I think so too. Sometimes, you overthink. In general, sometimes in life,
everybody
you do that.
does.
You
Sure,
ruminate on things,
especially if it's important to you. Yeah,
yeah. And well, this one's important to me.
Well, it is.
This game's important.
Well, there's sports important. There's life importance. There's all that. Yeah,
it's just what I'm trying to figure out in my own head is why was I so confident for LSU, and why am I less confident for this game?
Because you saw last Saturday's game.
But I believe that LSU is far superior as an opponent than Clemson will be.
But we hadn't given any evidence yet that we were capable of playing for a stretch that poorly as we did a weekend ago. That was something you thought we'd play well against LSU. So did I. We thought we'd see that team that we saw in the second half. Really, we thought we'd see that from Jump Street. But, they went on to win that game comfortably. Obviously, the Southern Miss game was what it was. So you really had nothing in your mind that suggested we could look like that for a half.
Yeah.
And now you do. Now you know that's in there. As you used to say to me all the time, we talk about that. It's in them to do that. Yeah. It's in them to do that.
It is. And that concern I don't think will go away later in the season, independent of what happens tomorrow at noon. Like it could be fortified by us doing it again. And you go, oh God.
Well, then
yeah. But even if
we have problems is the right thing you'd say there. Yeah.
If we play clean, I'll still have that lingering concern about a roadie at Wake or, the Pitt game or something along those lines. I
don't think I will.
You think that this can erase the bad taste from Boston College comprehensively?
Yeah, I think for a couple reasons. I still believe that there's a distinct possibility that what happened at Boston College is very much an outlier.
Just physical?
Yes. I think you gave a touchdown away on a fumble. It's a scoop and score. That's a joke. You don't get down on a squib kick, which is absurd. It's just these are flukish things that don't usually happen from game to game, okay?
Yeah.
And then we were riddled with the flu. We now know this. We know this team was sick. We had guys out. We had guys that could barely play. We had guys getting IVs. They were sick. So I think at 31-10, it is fair to say that they'd done the hard work they needed to do to get a hold of the game, and they let their guard down because they weren't feeling well. And the next thing you know, you let a team back in the game, and now it's avalanched on you a little bit. My point in saying that isn't that I'm trying to diagnose specifically and say to you that I know for sure that's what happened. It's what I suspect happened. All right. You survived it. You win this game, you now have 2 data points of Florida State facing 2 very good or at least talented teams, and they will have won them both. That very much tells me that's who you are, not the outlier we just saw against BC.
Yes, but you are still susceptible to the lesson because
maybe
whether they're sick or not, and it's true that they were. The head coach in the locker room post game said what he said about playing with the edge in every play.
Well, yeah,
but he felt he needed to hit that button. Not guys, what you went through today, I'm inspired by it.
Well,
I saw what you did all week.
I wouldn't mistake it for inspired play. I wouldn't do that
what
either.
You fought through. You know what I mean? What you fought past, the medical, the everything. Like that would have been on the recap, not, hey, jokers, see what can happen, how fast it can happen to you. Do not lose that razor focus and that edge. And they're not going to tomorrow. Now, what they can do that's a little bit different is maybe start a little cleaner. Maybe they could. That would be nice. Well, if you at the end of the first quarter and said, there it is. If we say there it is at the end of the first quarter, it's your ass, Clemson. Goodbye. Not today. It's over. But it would be nice if that first quarter looked a little different.
What's your gut tell you about the first quarter?
It's going to be
Florida State's down 7-3.
I mean, it might be tied at the end of the first quarter.
I'm all right with that because you got to survive the first wave.
Yeah.
I'll live with that. You give me tied at the end of the first quarter. Florida State's winning this game.
I agree. But, I also would like the idea of, look at these guys. The second half Noles against LSU decided to show up for kickoff today.
Well, buddy, I'd like it to be 21-0 as we enter the second quarter as well. But I'm saying I'll take tied. I think Clemson's going to come out on fire. I think they're tired of hearing about how their time is up. They're tired of hearing about the Duke game, which they think is an anomaly as well. They're tired of hearing about Florida State is the new team to beat in the ACC. Dabo's pushing all those buttons. I would. I'd be like, man, they've just already disrespected us to the point where they don't. I mean, hell, they're favored walking into our place.
Yeah, and, not that they talk about this, but the one thing that does make me a little nervous, sometimes Joe Public is right, but 90% of all wagers are on Florida State.
And it's just because Duke beat Clemson. That's it. I mean, the public is wrong all the time for dumb things like this. Because they
could be right for the wrong reasons.
They can. They get it. I mean, it happens sometimes, but I mean, like their rationale isn't the right one. They may be on the right side, but their rationale isn't the right way. Their process is all flawed. They looked at it and they were like, "Oh, Duke is superior to Clemson." Nah, they're not. That day, with the help of a gazillion turnovers inside the 10, they were.
But it was, if you play it out fairly, without the turnovers in the red zone.
It was a good game.
And then Duke's muffed punt.
Right, it's a good game. It's a good game. And it is an indicator.
Which in and of itself is an indicator.
Without question.
If that's like, if we're watching that game that Monday night and it's 21-21 in the fourth.
You're like, okay, this is crazy.
We're both woo.
Yeah.
Dabo.
But you knew it already. See, that you knew already because it happened last year. You knew it already. That loss ended up being their third in the last 4 games they had played. The slide was already evident.
Yeah.
That's not in question to me. That's still a thing, even if we go up there and lose. But then that would suck all the worse, that is a thing and we still couldn't go in. That would be tough to stomach.
Let's not do that.
No, let's not do that. Jeff Cameron Show, 93.3 Real Talk Radio, Warchant TV.
Attention radio listeners, this is a Foodies Takeout and Delivery new restaurant alert. Now available for takeout and delivery from foodiestakeout.com. The Hawthorne Bistro, Jerry's Love on a Plate, Coach's Pizza, Munchie's Pizza, Red Eye Coffee, Lofty Pursuits, OG Subs, Dave's Pizza Garage, Sakura Sushi, and many more. Find a complete list of locally owned restaurants offering takeout and delivery at foodiestakeout.com. That's foodiestakeout.com. Don't just shop local, order local.
T-Spark Enterprises, roofing and construction services. T-Spark Construction.com. We conquer all peaks. We fix those darn leaks. Call 850-766-1340. T-Spark Enterprises, roofing and construction services. T-Spark Construction.com.
License number CCC 1331204.
Barry knows cool. He's keeping you comfortable. Barry knows cool. You can put them to the test.
This is Tyler from Bear No Heating and Air. Now you can schedule an appointment or pay your bill from your mobile device. Any day, anytime, anywhere.
Save big time in the new year and get $1,200 off select new units.
Online at BearNoAC.com.
Keeping you comfortable is what Barry does best.
License CAC 1816-186.
Someone who thought texting was a better idea than stopping for a traffic light slams into your rear bumper. Now your back is injured and you've got to be at work and rehab all without a car. I'm Jimmy Fasig at Fasig Brooks. We hear stories like this every day. You shouldn't pay for someone else's mistake. Call us at 850-777-7777 and we'll make sure you come back stronger.
The leaves are starting to fall, the temperatures will start to fall, and the prices are falling right now at Pinch A Penny Pools and Spas. Incredible dealer discounts up to $5,000 are available on all hot spring spas, the industry leader in hot tubs and spas. If you've never experienced the sensation and relaxation of having your own hot tub in your backyard on a cool evening, you're truly missing out. The cold months are coming, and now's the time to set yourself up for the best winter season you've ever had. Plus, you'll gain the added health benefits of reduced stress, relief of sore muscles, and better sleep. You'll feel so relaxed after a nice soak in your new hot spring spa. You'll experience some of the best sleep of your life. Head over to Pinch A Penny Pools and Spas on Greer Road and check out their huge showroom packed with the best selection of hot tubs and spas available. And ask about getting up to $5,000 in discount, low interest financing, and a free accessory to make your hot tub dreams come true. If you're ready to relax, Pinch A Penny Pools and Spas is ready to show you how.
Crawfordville Auto and Tires remix, y'all.
Crawfordville Auto Repair and Tires.
Automotive service, there is no one finer.
Tires and struts and racks and pinions.
ASE certified technicians.
12-month, 12K guarantee.
Same-day service, usually.
Engine rebuilds done complete.
Brakes and shots, that's no small feat. Keep your AC blowing cool. CV joints emissions too. Open weekdays till 6 at night. Give them a chance, they'll treat you right. Crawfordville Auto Repair and Tires. 2170 Crawfordville Highway, Crawfordville, Florida.
We all want more energy, more strength, more results. Well, welcome to Orange Theory Fitness as you take a step towards feeling more alive today. Backed by science, Orange Theory's heart rate monitored workout is scientifically designed to keep heart rates in a target zone, spiking metabolism and increasing energy. Orange Theory Fitness is a one-of-a-kind group personal training workout resulting in more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours. Experience a more vibrant life today with Orange Theory Fitness. To find out more, go to orangetheoryfitness.com.
Welcome back to the Jeff Cameron Show, sponsored by Legendary Home Loans, a mortgage experience designed around speed, simplicity, and customer service. Before you buy your next home, contact our friend Shannon Young with Legendary Home Loans. Visit FSUHomeLoans.com. FSUHomeLoans.com.
It last week, and I might add, player prop celebration again last night. Easy peasy.
And your number.
Oh yeah, minus 10.5 all day on that suck ass Giants team. They got nothing. That's a 1 in 15 bunch if I've seen one. Look at them.
Maybe during the next break, director, he should throw the picks up on the screen so that people, you want to ride a hot streak, you should.
The player prop picks I'm especially proud of. Kittle last night over. By the way, this is funny. I got that Kittle number at 42.5 when I came to work. It bounced as high when the news about Ayuk being out officially as high as 49. He surpassed both. So you could have continued to ride that and you would have been fine. But I think I'm 5 of 6 on player props currently is the number. I have to go back and look. I'm going to keep providing them for you. People are asking me to do it. Now, listen, at some point, this thing crashes. I mean, it's the nature of the beast. But we were 2 for 2 on a Thursday, and that is a hell of a way to start the week. A hell of a way to start the week. Yeah, I had a suspicion that Ayuk would be out, so that was the reason that I gave you guys Kittle over 42.5, went as high as 49. You easily covered that. And then I laid the 10.5 last night, which I never do in the NFL, but we talked about that on the air yesterday too. I think that Giants team is one of the 2 or 3 worst teams in football.
Well, you had said that it's a cover 22 out of 34 times before last night in that circumstance.
It's crazy. It is a very weird stat to see out of the NFL, but it's true, and that seemed like the easiest of covers. And by the way, there you saw it. Christian McCaffrey scored again. He has now tied the all-time record, and he'll beat it next week against Arizona. He'll have scored in 12 straight games a touchdown, and he is staying healthy and putting up huge numbers. Lee Sterling, Paramount Sports, great week last week, 4-1. That's back-to-back great weeks. He joins us as he's wont to do on a Libations Friday. Hello, good sir. How the hell are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Did you notice that last week the Patriots were running a cover 3 like 30% of the time?
I read it. I didn't notice it.
I can't remember a team doing it that much. I mean, it reminds me back to my high school days.
Yeah.
Remember that? They told you, okay, you got the left outside third, you got the middle third,
yeah, sure.
the other middle third.
Yeah, by the way, I love that Patriots defense. I just hate their offense. You think back on this draft, Lee, I mean, it's crazy, right? You have the one good quarterback from that draft that year that Mac Jones came out. Everybody else, serious question marks or flat out suck.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts. Like that's
How about Bryce Young? I mean,
well, this year, yeah, already being he's hurt, right?
but I mean, did you see? I mean, there was a bunch of times, and trust me, his line isn't good, doesn't have many weapons, but whereas he used to get away from guys, pull away from linebackers.
Yeah, no.
Now linebackers are wrapping him up like that's it.
It's disconcerting, I think, if you're Carolina. I'm not one of these guys anymore. We've learned our lesson because we've watched guys get better in a hurry if they get a little time. Like Tua is a good example, right? But there are times where you watch a game and you go, ooh, this does not portend well in a year or two. Like, I think my man's in trouble here. I think, like, right about now, Justin Fields is done. Would you not agree there in Chicago? It's not going to work there.
You know what? Yeah, he did miss a lot of open receivers. I think you got to try to make it work. Maybe it's the coaching. When he has a free pocket and he's not – well, most quarterbacks when they're not being rushed are real good. But
I mean, I'd run the hell out of him at this point. I mean,
he was pretty good late in the year last year. So
he's good at running around. At some point, I need you to make a lot of throws. What do we got here? Oregon laying 21 against Colorado. I'll just say it for my audience. You may totally disagree with me. I think Oregon's going to kill Colorado.
I do too. Colorado can pass, even though they'll be without their star receiver and best defensive back, but they can't run. 127th in the country in running the football.
Yep.
So without Travis Hunter on offense and defense, and you can't run, that means you can't keep your defense off the field. And how good has Bo Nix been? Well, 11 touchdowns, no interceptions so far this year. The Chalk 16-5 in duck games here. Romper room special here. Oregon 56-24.
Ohio State -3 against Notre Dame. I like the line of scrimmage for Ohio State. How do you see the game?
I think their line of scrimmage is better. Here's the thing, though. How much do you think Sam Hartman is worth if he wasn't playing in the game? You said a quarterback from last year.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good question to ask me. I think I would favor Ohio State over 7 at that point.
Okay. I think he's worth 10 to 12 points. Here's why. Last year, after 3 games, their quarterbacks for Notre Dame were 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. This year with Sam Hartman, 15-0. 15 touchdowns and no interceptions after 4. Ohio State with C.J. Stroud last year, 12 touchdowns, no interceptions after 3. This year, pedestrian 7-2. I think home field advantage is big here. Ohio State's not the same team when they travel. Remember what they had trouble at Indiana. They're also 1-7 against the spread as a road favorite. Wrong team favorite. Notre Dame outright 28-24. I think they've been preparing for this game for 3 or 4 weeks.
I like it. I like that we disagree on this. That's fun. North Carolina against Pitt. I always like Narduzzi's teams. They play really well. They play good defense. I'm a little worried about them at quarterback this year. North Carolina giving 7.5 is a lot, though. What say you?
Filchuk, I don't get it. I mean, I know he's on his 3rd team.
Yeah. Well, I think he's banged up.
I think he has to be banged up, but so bad. 4 for 13, 5 for 14 on 3rd down conversions the last 2 games. I think their defense can keep it closer. They held West Virginia to 211 total yards here. I think they're coming to play. Drake May was great last week, 414 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he took a pounding here. And last year's 42-24 North Carolina win, the first time in 9 meetings, the game was decided by more than a touchdown. I'm going with North Carolina 30-27, but I think Pitt covers.
Kind of like that pick, buddy. All right, so Florida State has an opportunity now to go in and wrestle away control back of the ACC from Clemson. But there was cause for concern in the second half of last week's game. And I think Florida State had some issues from a health standpoint last weekend, but it does still raise your antenna. Do you like the Noles to go on the road and get the win, laying 2.5, or do you think Clemson holds on into power?
I think Clemson's desperate, but they don't scare you at wide receiver. I mean, they used to scare you before. And I think the running backs are similar. Maybe Clemson has a slight edge, but I think Clemson doesn't have the quarterback that can hurt Florida State. Last week you saw, I think it was a combination. I mean, these Florida State kids are only normal. They were watching film of Boston College, probably laughing about how bad they were. The quarterback played the game of his life. And now Cade Klubnik, he can throw, but not a runner. 63 total rushing yards in 3 games here. I think Florida State maybe gets a big return out of the special teams. Maybe a receiver makes a difference in a big play here. I like Florida State. Couldn't be a tight one, though, 27-23.
Fun game. The Eagles can be better than they've been. They've won. They're laying 5. The Bucs have surprised everybody with a 2-0 start, but haven't exactly played anybody who's any good. I do like this defense for Tampa Bay. Would you take the 5 or would you lay it?
So I think Baker Mayfield's done enough to win games. I mean, he throws a couple balls and he hits on a couple more balls. They win these games easy. He's not going to have a clear pocket here. I think the Philly defensive front, which is the best front 7 in the NFL, is going to come in on him here. I think Jalen Hurts finally going to show what he can do here. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin have been better, but I even like the Philadelphia receivers a little bit better here. And Swift now, all of a sudden, they've got a running attack here. I think Philadelphia pulls away late, 30-17.
Game of the week is Duke, who everybody is having a good time watching play good football these days. Elko will be a head coach somewhere else probably next year, right? How do folks get that free play?
All they need to do, call 800-400-9741. First 10 callers, I'm going to give them this Duke-UConn game on me. Spread is 21.5. Does Duke blow them out, or can UConn keep it close? First 10 callers, 800-400-9741. And Jeff, we're 25-12 documented this year in college football and the NFL. We have our college football underdog shocker going tomorrow. I got a game where I think the line's off 7 to 10 points. You want to get that game and cash in big. Baker's does in 13 games, just $97, one place, ParamountSports.com.
I want that game, and I'd like that text, Lee.
Okay. I'll see you right now. All right?
Be good, brother. Take care. It's always fun. It's always fun to talk to Lee Sterling, Paramount Sports. Back-to-back 4-1 weeks, so he's bounced back nicely.
Back-to-back Baker's dozens.
I know. Can you believe
That's
that?
almost 26 picks.
You and I are both going to take UConn in that game if we bet it, but I'm not going to bet it.
I could see why, though, with UConn's defense.
Yeah, they play.
Yeah. Right. That could be
21-10. And Duke will go through the motions in that game and win, comfortably, but not cover.
21-10, 24-10.
It's not a game I want to play on my card. Not a game I'm giving away.
That's interesting because you've played every other game on the slate.
I'm not playing that game this weekend for my clients. We're going to leave that one alone. I don't know what the weather's going to be. I'm going to leave it be. But sometimes you just have to fold. We'll just fold, move on to the next. Deal them. Let's go. I'm good. But we are emboldened on player props, so maybe before the end of the show, I'll give you 2 or 3 more player props for NFL.
Do you have ones that you like, or are you going to go hunting?
I got one that I really like it's bold. You get good odds on it though too. And now that we've won 5 of 6 or 6 of 7, whatever it is, I'm losing count with all the wins. And I have to take that house money and throw it at something where you could really have a boom.
Bold,
be playing for free for the rest of the year, huh?
Whoa,
that'd be fun.
Boy, that's aggressive.
Well, if you put, let's say, $1,000 down at 350 to 1 odds or something, and the next thing you know, you're gambling for free the rest of the year.
Boy, you're treating the house like Scott asking if the show's live or not. Goodness gracious!
It's the Jeff Cameron Show, 93.3 Real Talk Radio, Warchant TV.
Your local news now.
The Florida Highway Patrol responded to a vehicle crash in the I-10 in Leon County that involved serious injuries and road closure for several hours. The crash happened on I-10 westbound near mile marker 197 around 12:30 yesterday afternoon. An FHB spokesperson said that there was a possible ejection over the barrier wall. 2 adults were seriously injured and transported to Tallahassee Memorial Hospital. An infant was also transported to TMH with unknown injuries. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. A new road has been created within the Bragg Memorial Stadium parking lot to ensure better traffic flow and increase accessibility overall. This new plan resulted in the elimination of a traditional space area that was used for tailgating for decades. At Bragg Memorial Stadium, tailgating is still permitted, but only in the areas that have been paid for. The window for reservations closes this evening at 5 or until all available spaces have been occupied. This is Rachel Lene with Real Talk 93.3 Local News Update, brought to you by Macklemore Systems, Tallahassee's go-to Mac store. Check them out online at MaclemoreSystems.com.
This is meteorologist Paul Trombley with your Real Talk 93.3 weather update. Mainly sunny this afternoon with a high of 86. Northeasterly winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Lows dip down to about 63. Tonight, clear skies. Bright sunshine expected tomorrow. High of 88. Upper 80s Sunday and Monday. To recap, 86 this afternoon. This report is brought to you by the Lawn Johns. For all your landscaping and lawn care needs, visit thelawnjohns.com. Right now, 78.
Clean, renewable energy means fresher air, healthier residents, new green jobs, and a stronger, more resilient community. How we get there is up to you. Share your input today to help shape the Tallahassee of tomorrow. Take the Clean Energy Survey at talgov.com.
So everybody knows, Eddie, that you are a spectacular cook. Of course they know that. If they go into Bumpa's, the food is always good. I mean, everything on the menu. Everything at Gordo's is delicious. I always, of course, get the bungalow chungla, as I call it.
The bungalow chung, Jeff.
Is that what is the pork?
The bungalow chung, Jeff.
Okay, the bungalow chungla. It's delicious. All these things, all the items, everything you do, a master cook. But, sir, I would ask you, what is a skill that you possess that you're particularly proud of, that nobody would know, and that you could share with us here?
Growing hair, Jeff. Growing hair.
You're an asshole. Gordo's, bringing the flavor and flair of Cuban food to Tallahassee since 1996.
Your next chance to splash into some cash with Swain Pools and Spas to win $1,000 is coming up at 2 p.m. Listen out for the keyword, and all you got to do is text the keyword for a chance to win $1,000. The Jeff Cameron Show, brought to you by Orange Theory Fitness. 2 Tallahassee locations, Midtown on Thomasville Road and Northside in the Village Common Shopping Center. Online at orangetheoryfitness.com.
It's just something to loathe social media in general.
They didn't hear you. Now they can, though.
I said I don't like it when I look at the chat and I see people referencing a player tweet. Can one of you track down this AZ tweet, please?
No, it's nothing. Yesterday was a challenging day in his life.
Oh. Well, then
you learn, you do, you learn from it, it could be anything, man.
Yeah.
Could have stubbed his toe. I really should not wear sandals on game week.
I'll tell you something about stubbing your toe, Tom. That's one of the worst kind of pain there is.
Mm-hmm.
You can handle breakups better than you can stubbing your toe, man.
Or in the same spirit, kicking the leg of a chair or a table because you're going full speed.
Broke my toe 2 years ago, coming out of the shower, walking to the towel area where we have this.
You broke your. I didn't know this.
My left pinky toe. That's why I'm bringing up. I'm a man. My left pinky toe, broke it. Within 2 seconds, it was pitch black. My toe. It was it was incredible. Christy was laughing at me. Not because once I showed her the toe, she was like, "Oh, okay, sorry." Because I came out of the shower, and when you get out of our bathroom to the left, we keep it's not a hamper, but it's I don't even know what that is. It's not a dresser. It's just
a vault. You know,
it's just
called
this thing with
Cameron Bouillon.
It's just this thing with a bunch of towels, racks of towels.
Automatic weapons.
And anyhow, I turned around and hit my toe, and I was like, oh. And I was hopping around naked in the bedroom, screaming about my toe. And Christy laughed, and I was like, no, I think I hurt myself. And anyhow, sat down on the bed, and I said, look at this. And then she goes, ooh, it's turning black right now.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, that's what happens when you snap a bone.
Yeah. When I moved into my house shortly thereafter, 2 years ago, in the garage, the stairs are made of brick, which whoever did that, I mean, really, way to go, guys. So I was moving some stuff in, and basically my sandal toe picked into the brick. And so I'm going forward now. There's no choice. It's not that big of a fall. You brace yourself with your hand, you let go of the box you're carrying.
Yeah, gotta do it.
But what happened was it separated the sandal from my foot. And so my toe went on the brick and big toe, blood everywhere.
Oh, buddy.
Disgusting. Blood everywhere.
Oh, don't do that on a Libations Friday.
I climb up the steps.
Staggered. He's staggered.
I go, hey, babe, I need some help down here. She goes, what? I said, you're going to have to get, I can't think of it now. What the peroxide.
Camphophenique?
No, the peroxide.
Yeah.
I'm going to need some peroxide and a bandage. She goes, you okay? I'm like, there's a lot of blood. I'm okay.
Yeah.
And I had a golf match that weekend. I had to cancel it. I'm like, hey, guys, sorry. Got to cancel it. Can't walk on my toe.
It's you know what, man? It was really frustrating. And then she said, do you want to go to the hospital? And I said, all this time we've been married?
Where's the duct tape? Baby?
Yeah, let's just go.
That's what we're going to do.
I got things to do. But yeah, it sucked. Stubbing your toe is high on the list of terrible, terrible things. Back to Florida State for a second. We are playing a big game here. Levity's necessary from time to time. It's true, and I appreciate Lee coming on and going through the picks next hour. Mom's ahead of me, by the way. She won last week and moved ahead of me. I'm going to have to buck up. I had the winner last night. That one was easy, and then I think I had the winner on Thursday as well. What were the two games
last
Thursday?
night was Thursday.
Oh, what was it Monday? No. That's right.
You're one game down.
Just a Thursday.
I know what's going on with you. It's the doubleheader on Monday Night Football.
That's what it was. The doubleheader threw me off.
It's happening again on Monday.
Why are they doing
the Bucks play at 7 and somebody else plays at 8?
Why? What are we doing? Stop that nonsense. Stop juggling things with schedules all the time, everybody. Damn it, man. Tired of this nonsense.
Dad's angry today.
Oh, it's just silly. The schedule's the schedule. Stop effing with it. My son's team, Leon JV, last night lost to Godby. He had a catch for 24 yards, but
they're playing next Wednesday now. What's going on?
Who knows, right? But tonight's the varsity game, and he's on that group too. And I don't know if he'll get in or not. But anyhow, it's their homecoming. It's going to be a nightmare parking over there. But good things are happening at Leon, and I'm excited about it for him, I guess. But anyhow, the point is, at least I knew this week Thursday and Friday. Yeah. Thursday and Friday. That's what we do.
Does he have a date?
It's not the homecoming dance. It's the game. It's the game.
Well, usually they're tied to the same
weekend.
weekend.
No, it's the game. He's no, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
I didn't ask him. I guess I should have. I didn't ask him.
Well, he's a big time receiver now.
I don't know about all that, but he's getting better and better. So we'll see. It'll be fun. I think next year is going to be nerve-wracking. I think he's got a chance to be pretty good. So we'll see what happens. That's going to make me nervous. Then I'm going to be the guy that I make fun of all the time who can't watch the game.
Mm-hmm. You will have the Letterman jacket on, even though
I'm not
going to
That is ridiculous. I'm not gonna. I hadn't thought about that. Do kids even do Letterman jackets anymore?
I don't know. They a couple guys had it in my time, but it wasn't the whole team.
Back in the 80s, we all had it. We were required to wear our Letterman jacket on game days.
It could be just because it was so warm. I mean, a couple of guys had it in high school, but not everybody wore it, and that was nearly 20 years ago now.
Getting back to Florida State football, is there a player you and I haven't spoken about this week? And we've talked a lot of different elements of this game and this the importance of it and all that. But what's gotten lost there is there might be a hidden guy. Now, I've told you I think Jaheim Bell is going to be the star of the game for Florida State. I really like his chances to make a massive impact on this game. And you might say, well, no, Jeff, he can run the ball. You can line him up almost anywhere. He's already had a big impact on the season. He's a versatile athlete. I think the tight end room is a big difference maker in this game. partly because I have a thought of what they're going to run and what they're going to try to set up. But then also, Jaheim is just a matchup nightmare. He is a problem against anybody, and I really think you need to ride that. You need to expose that, utilize that asset. He is different. Not a lot of people are 255 with a body like that who can really move. He's also mean. I love that he's mean. He wants to run over people. He wants to embarrass people. He likes to destroy people. He's very quickly becoming my favorite player on the team. He's a badass, and he's mean.
He's no nonsense in interviews, too.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's not having it. I like that he was pissed that the refs blew that call last week. He was like, that's a touchdown. That was a touchdown. I was pissed about that. You should be. They stole a touchdown from you, Jaheim. You're right. It was an awful call. But he's tough after the catch. He's like half those 49ers players. I mean, the yak yards for 49er players have made an average quarterback look good over and over and over and over again.
He can make some throws, though.
He also had like 5 that should have been picked last night. He's a weird player. But anyhow, they're so well coached, and he's got a lot of guys like Deebo Samuel who'll just run your ass over. And, of course, we know certain tight end went well over the number because he does the same thing. Now, I'm curious.
I got a few.
Give me one.
One?
Give me your favorite of those picks.
Well, you hit on one, so I'm going to mention it without calling it my guy because you said tight end room.
Yeah.
But Biscuit,
okay.
crying out
I like it. Play him?
Now,
Can we play him?
That was your mention.
But yours, the blocking is right.
So, well, yeah.
Yeah.
We could use an upgrade there.
Very much so. And I hope so. I like Biscuit, the player. I like the kid. I like how hard he's worked.
He was better in camp. That's what I don't get.
I get
personally.
One is a better receiver, period. One is a better blocker, period. Yeah. And then we talk about their ability to do both. Both can do both. But the skill set needed for this game and with what we're trying to do, I agree with you, might be better suited for Biscuit. So fine, I'm with you.
No, it's going to be a slash, but here's the reason. It's whoever's playing slot corner more. So that could be Greedy or Jerry on.
Both will play well, I think.
Because of Antonio Williams.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy. That's it in their passing game. That's the guy who can be slippery. If it's a 3rd and 6, where do they turn? If it's a receiver, they're going to number 0. They're going to Antonio Williams. And I think he's going to be lined up inside more than out. He lines up everywhere. But I think if he's going to do damage, it would be in the slot, closer to the line of scrimmage, because that goes part and parcel with the 2-back set and what they want to do around the line of scrimmage. So can 7 or 21, either Jerryon or Greedy Vance, be the guy to stop that player? Because if you can do a better job against him than you did Pearsall last year when he was all that Florida had, then you got a real chance here to run away and hide tomorrow. But it's important that member of the secondary has a good game.
Be careful with the freshman Tyler Brown, too. I like him. I think he's a good player. I said yesterday on the show that I think Clemson's upside at receiver lies with their freshmen.
Yeah, it's the future.
Yeah. Tyler Brown's a nice little player. So you may have to watch him, too. He had a good game, but against, subpar competition. But he's a good player. I like his makeup. Interesting. Okay. So slot corner for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's something we haven't talked about. I think we've hit on all the major topics.
Well,
but,
we are doing the pregame show together tomorrow, Tom.
Yes.
At 11 a.m. We will join forces and sit down and talk about this game in greater detail as far as
forces for the first time ever
and figure out what's what and what we like, what we don't, what's a matchup we're worried about, all those things.
Well, we'll want the updates, too. Like, I don't know. Last
the
time,
updates are huge.
We did this 2 years ago, and the guys joined us from the press box around, 30 minutes before kick, and it was impossible because it's so loud there. It's an open-air press box. Whether or not we get them, maybe in a hallway like Ira was last week in Boston.
I mean, he can text us the updates. I just need
it's
to
that
know.
Thread. It's the thread on warchant.com that we'll be pulling from with who's going through warmups because they do it late in the process. So around 11:30, 11:40, we're going to know who's active, who's not. Is Maurice Smith taking reps at center with the first team?
So I have a guess on this. I think Maurice Smith will play.
I hope so.
I think he will. I don't think Robert Scott will play. Don't know that. Do not have definitive information on that. So this is just my hunch. But I think Maurice Smith will play. The great mystery is Akeem Dent because I would have told you at the start of the week, and I did not see Akeem out there when I was out there. But I will say at the start of the week, I would have told you 100% that there's no chance the nature of the injury. We all saw the injury.
Yeah.
This isn't. I'm not giving anything away. It happened in a game. We watched it. He grabbed his hamstring. Well, when you fall and grab your hamstring and you think it's severe and the guy's missing the next week, he didn't play, and it was obvious that we missed him, I get terrified. On good athletes, a pulled hammy can be a problem for the entirety of a season. We've watched guys have entire years in the NFL where they play now these days, 17-game seasons. We've had guys miss 10 games, 12 games, have to have surgery at some point, realize they're never going to get back from that hamstring. So when he grabbed it and he hurt and he fell like that and it was out the next game, I thought, well, there's no chance I see him practicing. There's no chance he'll play in the next game. There's no chance this, and this. There may be a chance. I don't know. You hear buzzes and you hear people say he's not been ruled out. It's not the NFL. They don't have to give injury reports, although that's about to change.
It will soon, but for now, what Mike Norvell said this week was there's going to be some game time decisions.
Yeah, well, and he's clearly alluding to a couple of guys. I think we're hitting on that. I mean, I don't think this is wildly irresponsible speculation. It doesn't make a damn bit of difference. Clemson's going to play the game. They're going to play the game the way it is. They probably have prepared that he's going to be out there. I don't know, but the point would be when you have an injury like that, it's hard to come back from at a skill position. Really hard. The stop, start, turn nature of that position makes it very difficult. So if he does come back, it would mean A, good news for Florida State because he knows where to be, and B, it would mean that it was just a slight pull or something like that. I mean, few and far between, Tom, are the Dalvin Cooks of the world.
That's one of a kind. I've never seen anything like that in my life.
To purposely go down understanding your hammy was about to
snap. Like he had an e-brake
and
turn like
it was the coolest thing ever. Hour number 2 forthcoming. Stay with. Hey guys, our next partner is AG1, the daily foundational nutritional supplement that supports whole body health. I drink it quite literally every single day. I began using AG1 because I'll be honest with you, I don't like to take a bunch of pills and vitamins, and I just wanted something that tastes great, was quick, and easy to remember. So I do it. I do it every morning when I wake up. I certainly have it right after my coffee and before I work out. And I will tell you this too, it is a simple, effective investment for your health. You can try AG1 and get 5 free AG1 travel packs and a free 1-year supply of vitamin D with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/JCS. Again, that's all you got to do is go to drinkag1.com/JCS. That's drinkag1.com/JCS. Check it out. It's delicious. It's quick. It's easy. It's proven. Vitamins, probiotics, whole food source nutrients. Start your day with it. You'll feel better. I promise.
Each and every time.
So everybody knows, Eddie, that you are a spectacular cook. Of course they know that. If they go into Bumpa's, the food is always good. I mean, everything on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
Everything at Gordo's is delicious. I always, of course, get the bungalow chungla, as I call it.
The bungalow chung, Jeff?
Is that what is the pork?
The bungalow chung, Jeff.
Okay, the bungalow chungla. It's delicious. All these things, all the items, everything you do, a master cook. But, sir, I would ask you, what is a skill that you possess that you're particularly proud of that nobody would know and that you could share with us here?
Growing hair, Jeff. Growing hair.
You're an asshole. Gordo's, bringing the flavor and flair of Cuban food to Tallahassee since 1996. Hey, no fans, our partner ISF Inc. is a national management and IT consulting firm located right here in Tallahassee, Florida, solving the future for state governments through strategy, process, and technology. As a trusted advisor for state governments, ISF knows the importance of defining a clear and detailed strategy. Our friends at ISF can help your organization create a strategy that sets you on a path to success. ISF, your vision plus our expertise brings your brilliant ideas to life. Visit ISF.com to learn more. ISF, solving the future.
There's fun to be had every night at the Corner Pocket. Take-home prizes on Trivia Tuesdays and Beer Bingo Thursdays. And kickstart your weekend with Martini Fridays. Plus, happy hour runs every weekday and game day specials every time the Noles take the field. Watch all the best games at the Corner Pocket's Vegas Wall, featuring 560 inches of flat-screen TV heaven.
Oh, really?
The best food, the best drinks, and the best place to watch all the games. Tallahassee loves the Corner Pocket.
Don't go anywhere. Your chance to win $1,000 is coming up next on Real Talk 93.3 WVFT, Gretna, Tallahassee.
The latest betting odds and line movements from Vegas. This is your action update. Now here are your latest lines from our guys in the desert.
Fourth-ranked Florida State at Clemson tomorrow as 2-point road favorites with a total of 55. Clemson has won 7 straight over the Seminoles. It's the Florida Gators laying 28 at home at Charlotte tomorrow night. The total 48 at the Swamp. Jacksonville Jaguars bet down to an 8.5-point home favorite against the Houston Texans at Everbank Stadium. The total 44.5. Trevor Lawrence's passing prop bet 250.5 yards. 1.5 touchdown tosses shaded to the over minus 145. Baseball today, the Braves a $2.50 favorite of the Nationals. The Rays minus 148 at home against the Blue Jays. Get your free VSiN subscription right now at VSIN.com. For more sports betting news and information, go to VSIN.com. Mike Son at Real Talk 93.3.
Moments like seeing my son's team cheer him on mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Someone who thought texting was a better idea than stopping for a traffic light slams into your rear bumper. Now your back is injured and you've got to be at work and rehab, all without a car. I'm Dana Brooks of Basic Brooks Law Offices, and we hear stories like this every day. You shouldn't pay for someone else's mistake. Call us at 850-777-7777 and we'll make sure you come back stronger.
Attention radio listeners, this is a Foodies Takeout and Delivery new restaurant alert. Now available for takeout and delivery from foodiestakeout.com. The Hawthorne Bistro, Jerry's Love on a Plate, Coach's Pizza, Munchie's Pizza, Red Eye Coffee, Lofty Pursuits, OG Subs, Dave's Pizza Garage, Sakura Sushi, and many more. Find a complete list of locally owned restaurants offering takeout and delivery at foodiestakeout.com. That's foodiestakeout.com. Don't just shop local, order local.
It's time to splash into cash with Swain Pools and Spas. Here's your next keyword.
Trip, T-R-I-P. Trip, T-R-I-P. Trip.
Text that keyword now to 508-777-1000. That's 508-777-1000 for your chance to win $1,000. Sponsored by Swain Pools and Spas.
We all want more energy, more strength, more results. Well, welcome to Orange Theory Fitness as you take a step towards feeling more alive today. Backed by science, Orange Theory's heart rate monitored workout is scientifically designed to keep heart rates in a target zone, spiking metabolism and increasing energy. Orange Theory Fitness is a one-of-a-kind group personal training workout resulting in more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours. Experience a more vibrant life today with Orange Theory Fitness. To find out more, go to orangetheoryfitness.com.
Broadcasting live from Florida's capital city, this is the Jeff Cameron Show, brought to you by Orange Theory Fitness on Real Talk 93.3. Now, stop what you're doing
And listen closely. It's time for the Jeff Cameron Show in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The content. Hopefully you'll decide to join. You can do so right now at 50% off. You're not going to get a better deal than that unless you do the 2-month thing right away with the just for $1 or whatever that is. Yeah, $1. Yeah. Good times. Join. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think you'll enjoy the amount of work that we're putting into this thing and the content provided you. So that is warchant.com. Get a subscription today, monthly, do it up. Let's make it happen. Let's have some fun together. Florida State Clemson tomorrow, noon kickoff. You won't have to wait long either to quell your nerves or to fulfill your worst fears. We'll see. I have a suspicion that game will be close at halftime, which means 2-ish, you'll still be nervous.
This is where if you don't want to maintain on a Friday, then you'll just wake up right in time for the game. So, yeah.
But I will tell you this, for being known as somebody who provides for the masses, my fellow Noles, categories, Cat 5, Cat 4, Cat 3, Cat 2, all those things for these games over the years. And it's been bastardized a little bit. People want a Cat 5 every week. They always want me to, all that stuff. It's a little bit like Corey's Hour number 2 and all that stuff. No. Here's the deal. If you are going to this game, road games are a different animal. We had a lot of people in the chat, a lot of people on my Twitter, a lot of people in email, a lot of people on the message boards saying they're going to the game. Good. Hope we have a huge contingent. Drive safe. Enjoy yourself. Make sure you get out of South Carolina alive. It's a shaky state. So there's all of that. But and cheer on our Noles and bring back a victory. But what I would say is that when you're on the road, Tom, you kind of, look, you can have fun. You can have a really good time. And your circumstances matter. Are you driving back that night to Atlanta to shorten the drive? Are you coming all the way back because it's an early game? Some people are. Are you staying the night in enemy territory after that game to watch all of the other games from a local bar? All these things matter. They weigh into your decision-making about the Cats, but the Cats can never really be a Cat 5 on the road in the sense that I don't think you can even contemplate and getting crazy in somebody else's place. Like, you got to have your wits about you to some degree in a way that you don't when you're home. When you're home and you have friends and family and somebody who's risen to the challenge, perhaps raise their hands to say, I'll take care of the lot of you. I got you. You have all the fun you want to have. Be respectful, but have a good damn time today, kids. I'll make sure we get home. So if you got that, get loose, whatever. But now, here's something we haven't discussed regarding these categories. If you're the one staying home, staying behind to watch the game from your house, and it's a nooner, and it's of this magnitude, I will submit to you that you can begin aggressively at around 11 because it's called nervous drinking. And I understand it. So you can get a little aggressive, but keep it together because you want to remember. Yeah. You want to remember the win. Now, when it becomes obvious, when it is not within the grasp, but rather a degree of certainty that nobody would argue with, that you are going to win the game, you lock that door and you get as silly as you want to get. It's your time.
It ain't their time.
It's our time. In this household, it's our time. And that's why the garage fridge has 27 beers sitting in it right now, and then none of them are safe. So that's all right. All right.
Okay.
That's all right.
So you're not addressing the question or the idea that I brought up, which is stay up a little later on a Friday. It's okay, because if you don't want to wait all morning,
I don't know, man.
You sleep in a little bit later at 9. Could you make it all the way to 9 because you stayed up a little late?
I could make it to 9 if I stayed up like till 3:30.
There you go. Oh,
I'm not staying up till 3:30 tonight.
Now 10's in play.
You
and I sleep till 10.
You and I have a pregame show, and I'm going to a high school football
This
game.
is-
I'm not doing anything. You're talking about just for the average
tailgating
Joe.
for the high school football game is unbelievable. But yes, I'm not talking about me. No,
You're just
I'll
talking
be in
about
bed.
the average guy.
I'll stay up a little later tonight. I'll be
No,
up till like 11.
Well, there's some Friday
That's
night
it.
football night, buddy.
Yeah, I'll be up till about 11. Though. That's good enough. Tomorrow's going to be the day. Now, the question is,
and what a day.
Am I leaving my house in a ride share to go to the bar after work is done? Or am I
Tom.
staying on my couch because I'm a little bit disappointed that we're 3-1? Even though 3-1 was a success before we kicked off the season, this 3-1 feels a little disappointing. So I'm going to sit here and watch the rest of the games of the house.
I know what you're doing. You're tuning in to Scott Stadium in Charlottesville, Virginia to watch NC State, Virginia tonight starting at 7:30. You'll see it through to the end and then say, I'm going to retire upstairs, hon. I don't need to stay up for Boise State, San Diego State in Snapdragon Stadium. I'm not doing it.
Even though that stadium is cool.
And it's called Snapdragon. I'm not staying up for Air Force and San Jose State in CEFCU Stadium. I'm not doing it.
Even though her nephew is playing for Air Force. I won't do it.
What's a 10:30 kick? You can't do it.
can't
No
do it.
reasonable human being is staying up for a
Because
10:30 kick.
I don't want to start something I can't finish.
There it is.
So I'm not starting it.
You want to be fresh, ready to go to do the pregame and think not just about Florida State, Clemson at noon, but about Rutgers and Michigan at noon. No? No.
The battle of the block letter logos.
I'm laying that 8 points with Texas A&M at noon. Kyle Field, College Station, and all the hip-slapping silliness from the cult. Let's go. Let's go, Texas A&M. Slap and kick with those boots. Get you a big win by more than 8 over Auburn. I'm doing it.
You know, Coach, I think we should change our name to the Boots. What if we were the Texas A&M Boots? What do you think?
No, they want to name it after the dog. It's the best.
Don't call that dog Lassie up there. You will get killed.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that cult is an interesting one. I would have given anything to watch them walk out of Hard Rock Stadium in culture shock, having taken an ass kicking.
As DMX is blaring on
Oh,
loop.
man, forget it. What is this? Good God. Wear a hat and get in the car quickly. Yeah. But so here we go. All right, we're good. I feel comfortable. And I want everybody to know that Zaxby's is delicious. I just thought I'd get that out there this segment.
Yeah, look, I know that we had talked about going halvesies on a platter. I don't know that I'm going to see you tomorrow before the pregame show, though.
You will not see me tomorrow.
Okay.
Before the game.
So that means
might see me after.
I'm going to go to my local Zaxby's and go grab some. You need it for the first quarter. That's the only quarter I'm going to eat food. I want food for the first quarter, and then I'm good to go until dinner time.
10 neighborhood Zaxby's to choose from in Tallahassee.
Oh, no.
10 neighborhood Zaxby's. That's a lot of Zaxby's. Tallahassee's a decent-sized town, but it's not a major metropolis. We've got 10 neighborhood Zaxby's to choose from.
You mean 10 in just Killarn?
10 neighborhood Zaxby's to choose from, and they all have the spicy Zax sauce. They all have the big platters. They all have the thick-cut chicken breast and pickles.
And pickles.
And the split-top bun. They got it all.
Are you an eater and a grazer during all 4 quarters of a game? I don't like to eat while I'm watching football.
It depends.
If I can help it.
Okay, so we get into our viewing habits of serious games or non-serious games. Non-serious games, I'll graze, have a good time, relax, flip
Go
it
to a
around.
Super Bowl
figure it
party.
out.
That's all you're there
what
for.
are we doing?
Commercials and food.
Oh, that's blue
And the fourth
cheese.
quarter.
I'm going to dip my carrot in it. So I would say that serious games I like to stay occupied, and I've got family in town, so
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing in that I have a perfect room and a massive television, and I can see it from my grill. So I can keep myself kind of occupied.
That's your nervous habit is you might pace on the deck.
Yep. And I'm cooking and I can see it and I'm watching and I'm doing the thing. This is where I've gotten in trouble in the past where my neighbor who is a pastor has heard some things.
He's still there?
Yeah. And he's heard things that maybe nobody should hear, let alone a pastor.
You ever get tired of each other? Like you're like, wow, we've both been here 20 years. You can't move? And they probably thinking the same thing. I've been here 20 years. You can't move?
No, I get along with him great. He's a good guy. He puts up with me. I put up with him. It's all right. We're good. I say I put up with him. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. I hardly ever see him.
Has he randomly asked for a hot dog off the grill?
Not recently.
In the last 15 years?
Not recently, but he'll always ask me what I'm cooking, and he always and the other thing is he's built a garden in his backyard, and he's really good at it. And so he's got peppers and he's got fruit. He's got it all.
You ever asked him if you could have some of the peppers to grill?
He offers it up.
Oh, well then, yeah.
Yeah.
You got to offer some of that.
Whatever I'm grilling.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he offers.
Meats.
He offers it up. He'll be like, "Hey, you want a lime there? We got this big ass lime tree. It's more limes than I'll ever use."
That's nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing.
No,
But
the pepper is that pepper is a very good gift.
He's got oranges. He's got peppers. He's got it all. He'll say, "You want? Hey, listen, fresh tomatoes. You want these fresh tomatoes? Don't mind if I do."
Are they large tomatoes or grape tomatoes?
They're the grape tomatoes.
Oh, those are better.
I like them all.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he grows a lot of things there. It's good.
My nervous habit, because of the assignment of the post game, is during breaks I go back and I watch the plays.
As you should.
Over and over.
Taking notes of who did what right or wrong.
Back and to the left.
Back into the left. And this is where you get frustrated by the lack of the all 22s because sometimes you can't really see.
Correct.
And the other problem is, in fairness, and this is why I really don't like PFF, and I've said this before, you don't know the play call, the assignment, and the adjustment, the side adjust. You don't know what it is unless you can see those things, and or if you are in the room when they're teaching it. So it makes it difficult to know who made the mistake necessarily. You can't always know that.
Correct. When you're talking about the color-coded number grades, I agree. There are certain things that I think they're very valuable for, which snap counts would be the first thing.
Oh, that's a great thing. And then also one-on-one situations are one-on-one situations.
Yes.
You can evaluate that.
And also quarterback depth charts, tic-tac-toe board or where they're throwing. You can just chart that. That's simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then also
it's not useless. It's a tool, but it's not the be all end all. And I hear so many people reference it like it's everything. You don't know what his assignment was there because I can remember looking at certain plays or being involved in certain plays where if this guy shades this way, you go here. If he's here, yeah, I mean it's.
No, there was a certain linebacker last week for us that was one of our highest graded defenders.
And he was terrible. He was nothing short of awful.
Right. Yeah. That's where that is not helpful.
Right.
Defense especially. Defense is so much harder to break down unless you have a scenario that's obvious like last week where maybe 9 guys or 10 guys are doing the right thing and one guy turns a dude loose. And you're like, I don't care if that's on Renardo on 2nd and 13. I don't care if that's on a linebacker or a safety. Somebody's got to cover that guy.
Right. You don't really care who's at fault. It didn't work.
I know that the root of the process is at fault here, you know?
Well, this is where Mike was frustrated last week. The communication issues bothered him. There really hadn't been any indicators that was coming. And then I do think it's fair to say that it's inexcusable to have situations in which communication is at play, where you're having a hard time communicating. If you have not relayed plays in on time and there are communications breakdown, there's a flaw in the system, and that would be on Adam. So that has to be better.
And I would say that while communication hasn't been a problem before that, like if you think about the first couple of busts against LSU, and those are more impressive plays of football, right? It's not like we're just not covering somebody. Like LSU is getting numbers to a certain half of the field and you don't have enough guys over there, but they're doing so through scheme. That is a different mistake than Castellanos just throwing it to a guy there's nobody 20 yards around him.
Correct. Very different.
But like that first big play that they have, was it their first play from scrimmage, LSU, I think?
It was the very first play of the game, yeah.
Yeah. Your linebackers, like you could point to one, but they don't have enough dudes over there. They don't have enough people to cover on that half of the field.
Yeah, he blew that assignment, though.
So, yes, but also
he has the back.
But even if he does, that means somebody else is wide the hell open, which means that both of them are in the wrong spot. They need to be shifted over. So that's the thing where when you're talking about concerns with Clemson, that's what I'm looking at.
It's a big concern
because that's not necessarily about getting a time and a play in on time from the sideline quickly. That's not about that. It's about what do you see and where you're going to line up based on what you see.
Do you think, and we'll take a quick break here and get to some picking here shortly with Mom. Yeah. Oh, we got Red Zone first before my mom? Yep. That's right. I would just tell you that I think they're going to simplify a lot here and let their athletes be athletes. I think they're going to play fast and aggressive and let their athletes be athletes.
If we do that, I really like our and how many years in a row would that not be the case against Clemson? The last 6?
Right.
This year? Go and do.
Go and do is right. Jeff Cameron Show, 93.3 Real Talk Radio, Warchant TV.
Let me tell you what T-Spark stands for. It stands for strength, commitment, teamwork, and heart. We don't ever quit until we've got nothing left to give. Our team is unstoppable. Want a guaranteed win? Call T-Spark Enterprises for your next roofing or construction project. We conquer all peaks. TSparkConstruction.com. License number CCC 1331204.
Widden Glass has been taking care of business since 1945. When you call Widden Glass, you're dealing with experienced, reliable professionals who offer only the best. Like Widden's top-of-the-line bath enclosures that provide style and luxury at an affordable price. Eye-catching storefronts are a specialty at Widden Glass. We'll help you design it and install it. Widden Glass, the first name in glass replacement. Call 222-5781.
This is the Swamp.
Snap back, looking left. Throws. Intercepted the floor. Florida gets the stop.
Florida clashes with a
Next Painting Project.
Honey, I just got a text from Dave. He wants us to come over for a barbecue. What's our excuse for not going?
Oh, no need for an excuse anymore because Dave got a new girl from Hearth and Patio.
Oh, thank goodness. Dave, we will be happy to join y'all this weekend, and congrats on the new grill from Hearth and Patio. My wife said she would bring potato salad.
Hearth and Patio invites you to elevate your grilling game this year with one of their amazing grills from Fire Magic, Royal Master, or Blaze Grills. Call them today, 850-727-4282. That's 850-727-4282, or visit them online at hearthpatiotallahassee.com. Hearth and Patio, making barbecues great in the Sunshine State.
Honey, Dave said no raisins in the potato salad this time.
Call them today, 850-727-4282. That's 850-727-4282, or visit them online at hearthpatiotallahassee.com. A cup of Joe, Java, brew, go-go beans, brain water, liquid lightning, wakey juice, whatever you call your cup of coffee, you're missing out if it's not Grassroots Coffee. At grassrootscoffee.com, you'll find an easy way to order the best roasted coffee beans available. It's very simple. Choose the blend you want and how you want it ground, and the bag you receive will have the date your beans were roasted and packaged on it, all written by hand and signed by the roast master himself. You'll know that's as fresh as it gets. You can get Grassroots outside of your house also at some of your favorite restaurants in town. Next time you're out to eat, try asking for Grassroots Coffee by name, because there's a good chance they will have it for you. And if you own a business, Grassroots Coffee has options to stock your break rooms with all the productivity powder your team needs. Plus, like some other options that you'll find at work, Grassroots Coffee actually is a part of our community. Hit to grassrootscoffee.com today and get yourself a treat. Some locally owned, locally roasted, and locally loved Grassroots Coffee.
We all want more energy, more strength, more results. Well, welcome to Orange Theory Fitness as you take a step towards feeling more alive today. Backed by science, Orange Theory's heart rate monitored workout is scientifically designed to keep heart rates in a target zone, spiking metabolism and increasing energy. Orange Theory Fitness is a one-of-a-kind group personal training workout resulting in more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours. Experience a more vibrant life today with Orange Theory Fitness. To find out more, go to orangetheoryfitness.com.
Welcome back to the Jeff Cameron Show, sponsored by Legendary Home Loans, a mortgage experience designed around speed, simplicity, and customer service. Before you buy your next home, contact our friend Shannon Young with Legendary Home Loans. Visit FSUHomeLoans.com. FSUHomeLoans.com.
writes, if Dent can't go, is Hussey an option over Knowles? And do you think Deloach and Lundy have better eyes and patience than last week? 34-31 FSU. I don't believe that Hussey would be an option. They tried to put him in the game last week. That lasted one play. He was absolutely stupefied, and they yanked him off the field. He is a true freshman, a talented true freshman who's going to take a little time to figure it all out. That's normal. Deloach and Lundy have better eyes and patience than last week. I think so. I hope so. They need to be better than they were last week. Lewis, appreciate you. It's time to beat that ass, writes Lewis. Got the Noles 51-24. We're just better than them, especially our O versus their D. Let's hope that's correct, Lewis. Robert writes, feeling good, boys, and most of that feeling stems from my confidence in FSU's offense, but, I think I like how the defense matches up a bit more on paper when I look at the one-on-one matchups. Am I wrong? No, you should feel better. I do think our corners can cover their receivers, and our defensive line prior to last week has played with great energy and did a good job of helping stop the run in dominating fashion, especially the traditional run. So I do think it's a decent matchup. They are going to get chin-checked, as we like to say, because this is a tough group, and those are two tough running backs who run hard. You're going to have to tackle. You're going to have to find your fundamentals. It's a lunch pail game. No pussyfooting. You come up, you hit somebody, you wrap up, you drive, because they will break tackles. They are strong runners. We all remember guys like this from our yesteryear. Having to tackle dudes who have a little what for is different than facing guys who you physically outmatch far and away and kind of just put your weight on them. Nope, you got to bring a little extra something to the party when you're tackling Mr. Shipley. So I would hope that they have a clear understanding to that. If they don't, the first time they go to tackle them, they'll understand when their head snaps back. There's a lot there. A lot of thanks to the three of you and everybody else throughout the week who has chipped in and said hello and thank you and all that good stuff and asked good questions. All right, let's do it. We've added something to our latest feature, which I really, really enjoy. And this is fun. This is something that we knew we wanted to do a little extra. Adam is an awesome guy, and this is a group that has joined forces with us, Artisan Financial Strategies, and I think they're great at what they do. And so Tom decided on his own to do the right thing here. Let's listen to this. This is going to be the cue moving forward. Hopefully Adam likes it. I didn't get his approval.
Welcome to the majesty.
Every freaking rep.
The elegance.
To win the game. Oh, he hits the upright. It's no good.
You have entered.
Someone burned down the funeral home. You burnt the funeral home.
Lives will be changed.
Sideline. Touchdown. Unbelievable.
Mothers will cry.
When you see your players give all that they have and you lose that way, it's tough.
Legacies are etched into eternity.
I know who I am.
North South Dakota was his brother from West Virginia.
This is the Red Zone.
That's good to know.
Fun, over the top, filled with JCS lore and all the goodness of many a show from the past. Seminoles, you know this. We all know how important it is to score in the red zone, but are you prepared for success in the retirement red zone? The 5 years leading up to your retirement date and the immediate 5 years after are very critical times of thoughtful planning for you and your family. Our friend, fellow Noel, Adam Tolliver, and his team at Artisan Financial Strategies are prepared to coach you to victory. Some of us, that'd be me, midfield, maybe a little past midfield. Others ready to punch it in on the goal line. That'd be like Ira, a little older than me. Whether making sure you know how much you can spend without running out of money, protecting yourself and your family against rising healthcare costs, or carefully planning your legacy, the Artisan team brings a combined 30-plus years of planning experience and world-class resources to help you navigate the way. For more information, just head on over. This is aptly named NoelRetirement.com. That's all one word, NoelRetirement.com. Good times. All right. Tom prepares the questions. He does not tell me, show me at all what they are going to be, so I am ready to be wowed.
Leading rusher, first down, leading rusher for Florida State this weekend is who?
Ooh.
And Jordan Travis is in play.
Well, of course, yes.
I'll allow you for that. Yep.
Oh man, that is a good one.
This will tell the story of the game right now. How you feel about Trey? How you feel about the backups? Yeah, first down coming out swinging.
Man, you stumped me on number 1 in the red zone. It's second down already. I'm reeling.
The majesty.
I think Trey Benson will be the leading rusher for Florida State.
Wow. Okay, that's chalk, but not kind of chalk we thought it would be in the preseason.
It's close though. Close.
All right, second down. Over under 2.5 wide open receivers over the middle of the field for Clemson in this game. Over under 2.5 wide open receivers. I don't count a check down 5 yards. Nobody's there. You come underneath, you make the tackle. It's a gain of 7. Like that doesn't count. I'm talking
running
about
free. Nobody on your screen if you're watching from home, kind of open.
Like Boston College 4 or 5 times this past weekend.
Under.
Yeah. Under. Okay. Third down. Over under 1.5 first down runs for Klubnik on 3rd and 8 or longer. 3rd and 8 or longer, over under 1.5 first down runs for Cade Klubnik.
Well, he's going to have one for sure. Does he have a second?
They'll call design runs too. So those count scrambles, design runs. Yeah.
Under.
Okay. All right. Boy, you feel good. You're feeling good about these things.
Yeah, I think we're going to make him earn it. Yeah.
Okay. And finally, Florida State's leading receiver in terms of receptions this week.
Jaheim Bell.
Wow.
I think he has a big game, man.
Okay. Let's add to fourth down. How many do you think he has to lead the team?
5 or 6.
Okay.
5 or 6.
Well, you know what? On first down, I had you. But
no, I was ready to go from there.
Wrangle that away.
Yeah, 5 or 6. I think he's going to have a big game. Again, the tight end room is going to be critical. If it's one of the other tight ends, that's fine too. That's fine. He's just the most dynamic. I mean, he is. He's phenomenal. But I think you utilize the tight end. Now, listen, your call of Biscuit's a good one because I could see a scenario where he's in there to block 285 pounds, but we know what a good receiver he is for his size, and you set it up. You set it up, and then you get him leaking out, and we're rolling over here. He was in there as a decoy to run block, and then boom, you hit him. I really think the misdirection, the rollout, the RPO game, the tight ends are going to play a huge role in this game. You asked good questions because I will tell you that 1.5 number is a perfect number. I mean, when I look at it this way, are those bets I would take? No, I'm not taking those bets.
Sure.
I'm not actually going to do that.
I just want you to paint the picture of the game.
Yeah, I think I'm painting the picture that we're going to make them earn it. Not that they can't go down and score on their own merit and be tough and put the ball in the end zone, but I think they're going to clean up some of those problems and make them earn it.
Bonus fifth down from show contributor Chris, who voiced the that sounder right there.
Who's awesome. He's great.
We're going back. This is like what TV and
did
movies
he text
do
you
now.
Just now?
He's texting back and forth. But all right. Over under 0.5 times, which means does Dabo say if they lose that they could have won this game 5 out of 10 in his post-game press conference?
No.
He did 10 years ago.
He did, but he will not this time. He will not say it. He caught a lot of flack for that. And also, if they lose this game, now they've lost 2 of their first 4 games. They've lost 2 ACC games. They would have lost 5 of their last 7 games. I mean, come on, man. At some point, brother, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, come on, my man. You know you're losing grip. Let's hope. Let's hope he's a realist. I don't know about that. We'll see what Wuhan does. Jeff Cameron Show 93.3, Real Talk Radio, Warchant TV.
Your local news now.
Wild Adventures is offering a bit of a break from the recovery effort after Hurricane Idalia by offering free admission to the park. Those who qualify for free admission this coming Saturday and Sunday include first responders, utility service workers, and anyone who lives in a Georgia and Florida county eligible to receive Hurricane Idalia public assistance from FEMA. For a list of counties that are included in the free admission and for more information on the event, go to wildadventures.com. Hurricane Idalia Recovery Weekend. A grand jury determined law enforcement's use of force in a fatal shooting earlier this year behavior was justified, calling the response heroic. Late one night in May, officials from the Tallahassee Police Department and Leon County Sheriff's Office responded to a call at Tom Brown Park. The officers and deputy exchanged gunfire with Capital City resident Asia Fitzgerald, 25 years old, after she began shooting at them in what was described as a premeditated ambush. Fitzgerald died from her injuries. This is Rachel and A with Real Talk 93.3 Local News Update, brought to you by Macklemore Systems, Tallahassee's go-to Mac store. Check them out online at MacklemoreSystems.com.
This is meteorologist Paul Trombley with your Real Talk 93.3 weather update. Mainly sunny this afternoon with a high of 86. Northeasterly winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Lows dip down to about 63 tonight. Clear skies. Bright sunshine expected tomorrow. High of 88. Upper 80s Sunday and Monday. To recap, 86 this afternoon. This report is brought to you by the Lawn Johns. For all your landscaping and lawn care needs, visit thelawnjohns.com. Right now, 78.
This is Dr. James Ryan Finn at Finn Chiropractic. In Florida, we have hurricanes, and we can predict these storms, just like we can predict your health. The early warning signs of a bad health storm include neck pain, back pains, headaches. Before it turns into a catastrophic Cat 5, get in to let us get to the cause of your problem at Finn Chiropractic. Go to finnchiro.com for our online special at FENNCHIRO.com. That's Finn Chiropractic, FENNCHIRO.com, because your chiropractor loves you, and there's nothing you can do about
it. So everybody knows, Eddie, that you are a spectacular cook. Of course they know that. If they go into Bumpa's, the food is always good. I mean, everything on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
Everything at Gordo's is delicious. I always, of course, get the bungalow chungla, as I call it.
The bungalow chung, Jeff?
Is that what is the pork?
The bungalow chung, Jeff.
Okay, the bungalow chungla. It's delicious. All these things, all the items, everything you do, a master cook. But, sir, I would ask you, what is a skill that you possess that you're particularly proud of that nobody would know and that you could share with us here?
Growing hair, Jeff. Growing hair.
You're an asshole. Gordo's, bringing the flavor and flair of Cuban food to Tallahassee since 1996.
The Jeff Cameron Show, brought to you by Orange Theory Fitness. 2 Tallahassee locations, Midtown on Thomasville Road and Northside in the Village Common Shopping Center. Online at orangetheoryfitness.com.
As well. All right, so if you would, cue it up and we will get started.
And now for another edition of the Family Pick. Nick.
Go to your room! Mama, the meatloaf!
Take it away, Jeffrey.
All right, Mama, you are off to a nice start there. It's a good bounce back. I think you've now taken the lead over me. Ooh, in the early season. Up by 2. Up by 2.
I had a good week, and if those darn Giants hadn't rallied back, I would have won all 4.
Yeah, that's what you get for picking the sorry-ass Cardinals.
I know. Well, anyway, I don't know. I've got some this week that oh, my God, I've agonized over them. But I've just got to keep doing as well as I did last week.
Yeah, due diligence. Keep locking it in there. Good job. I'm proud of you, by the way. We both had the 49ers to kick the bejesus out of the Giants last night. I know that.
Yes, we did. We absolutely did. That was not a hard one. I have some other ones on here, though, that I have struggled. But anyway, no, that one I was fairly confident in.
All right. Are you ready to go with the picks now? You got your sheet in front of you. You're not.
I've got my sheet. Yes, I do. In case I can't remember who I picked.
Colts at Ravens.
Well, who'd you say now? Tell me. I'm sorry. I missed that whole part there.
Colts at Ravens.
Oh, Baltimore Ravens. I'm taking Baltimore.
That is correct. Although it's weird for people of a certain age to hear you say I'm taking Baltimore. They're both Baltimore at one time, of course.
I know.
Yes, we both have the Ravens. Titans at Browns.
Oh, yeah. Now, that's one of the ones that I have struggled with. But I'm afraid now, since Cleveland lost Chubb, I took Tennessee.
I have flipped a coin on this. Deshaun Watson has been so bad, as in like the worst quarterback in football bad, and yet
that's another thing.
Back and forth. Tannehill sucks too. This is a tough day at the office for quarterbacks.
I know.
I'll take the Titans as well.
Okay.
I'll take the Titans as well. That's tough. Here's another tough game. Fun one, though. I'll agree with you. You think every game's tough, and I sometimes roll my eyes, but this one is Falcons at Lions.
I know. That's another one of my ones that I've been struggling with, too. And I have not picked Atlanta, I don't think, yet this year. Maybe I picked them once. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm not a big fan of Atlanta, and I don't know anything about this. Isn't their quarterback Ritter?
Yeah, he sucks, yeah.
Well, I know. Well, anyway, I took them. I took Atlanta over Detroit.
I take Detroit. We'll go with the Lions here. I'm going to get done back on you. Saints at Packers. Tough game.
I know. I took the Saints.
I'm going to take the Packers. The Packers. Here we go.
Oh, Lord.
Texans, Jags. We both got the Jags. Next, Broncos, Dolphins. We both have the Dolphins. Chargers, Vikings.
I have the Chargers.
The 0-2 Chargers versus the 0-2 Vikings. I have the over. But, yes, I will take the Chargers as well. I think that they'll get their first win.
Yeah, I hope.
Okay, Patriots at Jets.
Yeah, now that's another one. I took the Jets. I think the Jets, I think they really have to win this game. And I think they're better than the Patriots. So I'm taking them.
Final score, Jets 6, Patriots 3. I'll take the Jets. I'll take the Jets as well. I think both these quarterbacks suck.
Yep.
Bills at Commanders.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bill. I'm taking Buffalo.
Panthers at Seahawks.
Yeah, I took the Seahawks.
Me too. Cowboys at Cardinals. You took the Cowboys. Bears at Chiefs. You took the Chiefs. Steelers at Raiders.
Yeah, it's another one I've gone back and forth with. But, I think Pittsburgh's defense is really good. And I don't know. I think they're going to give Garoppolo some issues. And I don't think Las Vegas is that good. So I took Pittsburgh.
I did too. All right. We have 2 Monday Night Football games. I know you're well aware of one of them.
Yes, I am well aware.
So let's see if you can overcome fandom and pick not with your heart, but your head. Eagles at Buccaneers.
I did pick the Eagles, but I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be screaming my lungs out for Tampa Bay, and I'll gladly lose that game. But I think Philly's really good. I don't think we're bad, but we'll see after this game. I think our defense is kicking ass and taking names. Yeah. I really do. I think they are good. And our offense has been okay. So I'm thinking we could win this, but I took Philadelphia.
All right. I took Philadelphia as well. And I agree with you. I think the Bucs defense is legitimately good. Rams at Bengals. Ugh.
I know. I took Cincinnati. Surely to goodness they will. I know poor Burrow is struggling and he's got a calf or something injury, but I took Cincinnati.
I think they get their first win of the year here in the late game, Rams at Cincy. So we agree. So the differences were just 2, and
Detroit, Atlanta, and Green Bay, the Saints.
Yep, there you go. All right, Mama, best of luck to you. Love you.
All right, I love you too. Have a great weekend. You got a tough game this weekend.
I know.
Watching.
All right, well, pull for us. Cheer loudly.
I will. I will. Have a good one.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. That's Mama. I like the 2 here. I feel good about these. Saints Packers is a tough game.
It is. I think because of the location, I know the NFL doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really matter anymore.
No, but the Saints in the Superdome against Green Bay would be a bit of a different animal.
Probably, yeah.
So, yeah.
I guess that place is a dump. It's hard to get past it.
It's hard to score in there, though.
Yeah, the Saints defense makes it hard to score against everybody. The Saints have a top 5 defense in the league. They can play defense. They've been playing good defense forever. I'm tired of the Saints playing good defense.
Cam
Damn it,
Jordan
man.
signed a lifetime deal. I think he's
And
been
is he
there.
never going to slow down? Is he always just going to be great?
He's there since Lattimore's the number one cover corner in the league this year.
Mike Evans knows it.
That's an interesting matchup. Maybe old grizzled Mike Evans goes to a different place on Lattimore.
You see where Evans' numbers are right now. I mean,
yeah,
he's like, I love Baker Mayfield.
Yes, he does.
Goodness gracious. I don't know if you saw the Orlovsky breakdown, and it was a good one.
He does a good job.
Oh, he does a great job with those. Yeah, well, he's in the league for 11 years, and it wasn't because of his skill. My man will break down these plays very, very well. He's an expert at it. I enjoy watching it. I was stunned at how well Baker Mayfield's playing. Tight window, anticipatory throws, really intelligent, like progression reads. I mean, all these things. Where has this been?
It could be Canales,
Well, I said that. I mean,
Canales. I don't even know.
He got Geno Smith to be good for the first time in 20 years, and who knows?
He hardly ever had competent receivers healthy at the same time in Cleveland.
And also that was a circus.
Like it was,
Yeah.
but Landry was always hurt or Beckham was hurt. They were never there together. And this is a pretty balanced offense when you're talking about the passing attack. And then he would always hand the ball off because you should when you have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, who they re-signed this week at Cleveland.
Yeah.
But this might be one of the more stable, might be the most stable situation he's walked into on offense. Oddly enough.
Yeah, I guess I can't speak. Our O-line is average, but it's not terrible.
It's not. No. They're plenty serviceable with how good the defense is. It's an interesting game with Philly. Like if it happens in the playoffs, it's Philly by 2 scores or more.
Yeah, but a regular season game, and Philly hasn't played all that well so far this year. They've won, but they haven't played great. I don't know. It'll be fascinating. I picked Philadelphia, and I think for good reason. I think they are the better team. But if you're telling me that's a game in the fourth quarter, sure.
It's the NFL. Of course it is.
Yeah, might as well. Jeff Cameron Show, 93.3 Real Talk Radio, Warchant TV.
Don't miss a second of the NFL this season. And catch all your favorite Sunday primetime games right here on Real Talk 93.3.
His arm arches a spiral pass, far sideline. Chase diving, got the ball, falling down at the 10. Down the far sideline and tackled there.
This week, the Pittsburgh Steelers roll the dice against the Raiders in Las Vegas. It's primetime NFL every Sunday night at 7:30.
The leaves are starting to fall, the temperatures will start to fall, and the prices are falling right now at Pinch A Penny Pools and Spas. Incredible dealer discounts up to $5,000 are available on all hot spring spas, the industry leader in hot tubs and spas. If you've never experienced the sensation and relaxation of having your own hot tub in your backyard on a cool evening, you're truly missing out. The cold months are coming, and now's the time to set yourself up for the best winter season you've ever had. Plus, you'll gain the added health benefits of reduced stress, relief of sore muscles, and better sleep. You'll feel so relaxed after a nice soak in your new hot spring spa. You'll experience some of the best sleep of your life. Head over to Pinch A Penny Pools and Spas on Greer Road and check out their huge showroom packed with the best selection of hot tubs and spas available. And ask about getting up to $5,000 in discounts, low interest financing, and a free accessory to make your hot tub dreams come true. If you're ready to relax, Pinch A Penny Pools and Spas is ready to show you how.
Hey, no fans, our partner ISF Inc. is a national management and IT consulting firm located right here in Tallahassee, Florida, solving the future for state governments through strategy, process, and technology. As a trusted advisor for state governments, ISF knows the importance of defining a clear and detailed strategy. Our friends at ISF can help your organization create a strategy that sets you on a path to success. ISF, your vision plus our expertise brings your brilliant ideas to life. Visit ISF.com to learn more. ISF, solving the future. There's no doubt that buying a home can feel overwhelming, especially if it's your first home. You're worried about location, school zones, square footage, inspections, insurance, loan approvals, interest rates, and of course the price. Buying a home could be the most significant investment you've ever made. But there's good news. You have our friends at Legendary Home Loans, and they're on your side and in your corner. They're going to go to bat for you. Shannon Young from Legendary Home Loans can help first-time home buyers get up to $25,000 for your down payment. For first responders, veterans, teachers, military, and healthcare workers, and that's not all, Shannon is an expert navigator of the home loan terrain, and you can trust that he's going to get you the most competitive interest rates and guide you through the process every step of the way. Plus, Shannon will also get your closing costs reduced. It's the Hometown Heroes program at Legendary Home Loans. Give them a call today, 844-FSU-LOAN. That's 844-FSU-LOAN. Or go to FSUHomeLoans.com and ask for Shannon Young.
NMLS number 2270146.
The Jeff Cameron Show is a production of the Warchant.com Multimedia Network.
That I'm wearing today. There's Brooke commented on the shirt. So did others, but we were especially proud of Brooke's comment. And so it is that I will tell you, I got this from the vault at Garnet and Gold. Walk into that vault, you're in heaven. Look at this stuff. It's awesome. I'm going to get a bunch of it. And that's what I do. I'm going to take one of you and you and you. I actually believe that I bought this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I actually paid cash money for this one. This is a while back.
Well, if you were a Warchant member, you would have paid less than you did.
You're damn right you would.
10% minimum off of every purchase. That was yesterday. That's an example of the exclusive sales for Warchant members. 20% off all tees. We do one day a month like that. But then anytime you purchase from Garnet and Gold, members have a little splash page that they can splash on over to at warchant.com, find out the code. 10% every purchase.
I want that gold one. I like it. Dave, you should be able to get your Garnet and Gold discount. I don't know why this is a problem. We got to figure this out. You got to figure this out. We'll get it figured out. I don't know why that didn't happen. Email Gene Williams. He wants you to write a long letter. I'm not being a jerk. We'll get it figured out.
It's just a code that you put in at checkout.
It's just a code.
Yeah.
Just a code, yeah. I like this one. This is quality here, and it's from Garnet and Gold. Baseball's crazy right now. I mean, damn it, I cannot turn my head away. These races down the stretch, my Pirates just telling the Cubs to suck it again and again and again. Their percentage chance that they're going to go to the playoffs went from 60-something% to 30 because the Buccos said,
hey,
yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
This is not bellying
That's
up.
what they did.
Yeah. The Mets and Phillies were in a war last night.
5-4 Phils, right?
Yeah, it's a good ball game.
Good ball game.
Phillies wearing those clean throwbacks.
Oh, it's that
the powder blue and burgundy.
Oh, burgundy. Yeah, those are beautiful.
My friend used to say burgundy.
Those are good. I when they play, actually any classic matchup, I want the Phillies to play the Pirates and the Pirates to wear the 79. We Are Family
the pillbox.
Well, with the jet black pants and the gold top against the Phils wearing that. Oh my God. Just take a snapshot, stop playing the game forevermore. There it is. It's over. Those two uniforms on the field at the same time.
Well, when I think, where do I find the pinnacle of baseball? It's Pennsylvania. It's the state of.
There's no doubt.
There's nothing like Pittsburgh and Philadelphia.
No doubt. Especially PNC, that park. Forget about it. Power Mill Training Academy, powering performance. They equip and motivate athletes focused on baseball and softball with the specific tools to reach their true potential. That's all you want as a parent, right? Got your kid playing softball. She's a little frustrated. Maybe doesn't have the fundamental skills needed. They'll teach you. Then you get your son out there playing some baseball, and they say, like, I got this. But then they don't know how to keep the glove down. Keep the glove down, baby. You can always jump up when that ball pops up, but you got to have the fundamental skills. Power Mill will teach it to you. PowerMillSports.com. Probables time.
It's time for, how you say, with the pitching, probables?
Rockies, Cubs, 1-0 Cubs. Jamison Tyon on the hill for the Cubs. Rockies throwing Noah Davis. Pirates play the Reds tonight on the road. TBD for the Buccos. 72 wins already on the year for the Pirates. Andrew Abbott goes for the Reds. Blue Jays, Rays. Rays just a couple back of the Orioles. Uh-oh.
Down the stretch. They play next week, I wonder.
Man, think about it. The Orioles going to win like 100 games, could lose the division to the Rays. That
Been
would
there.
hurt your heart.
Been there, brother.
Well, the Pirates won 98 games a year. The Cardinals won 100.
How about 101? Not good enough.
Blue Jays, Chris Bassett, Tyler Glasnow goes for the Rays. He's been good. Brewers, Marlins, Corbin Burns, JT Chargoyles or something.
Not Brubaker. Different JT.
No. Mets, Phillies, Tyler McGill and Tawan Walker. Braves, Nationals, Charlie Morton. Patrick Corbin going for the Nationals. D-backs, Yankees, Brandon Pfaadt, Luke Weaver. Hey, Luke Weaver. Playing for the Yanks. I don't know how I missed that.
Huh.
Orioles, Guardians, Dean Creamer, Shane Bieber. Fun to say. White Sox, Red Sox, Tuki Toussaint and Chris Sale. Mariners, Rangers. That's how you say it. Rangers. Bryce Miller, Dane Dunning. Royals, Astros, Cole Reagans. Hey, he's from right here in Tallahassee. Framber Valdez goes for the Astros. Angels, Twins, Davis Daniel, Pablo Lopez.
Davis Daniel?
Dude's name is Davis Daniel. He's making his first career start.
Oh, no.
Are those new clubs, Davis?
Tigers.
My
dad got them for me.
I had a suspicion. Tigers, A's. Sawyer Gibson Long.
What?
He's a character in a book. It's the 1800s, and he's on a river.
I believe, yeah, from Charlotte Bronte, her latest work.
Ken Waldachuk goes for the A's. The Cardinals and the Padres, Dakota Hudson, Matt Waldron, and the Giants and the Dodgers, Sean Manaea, Caleb Ferguson. That is a look at those that shall reside on the bump. There's my session guitar. Is getting it. He's looking over at you.
You know, everybody always talks about Phil Esposito and Bobby Orr on those Bruins teams, but what about Waldachuk? Waldachuk was the reason. He was the reason.
Oh, man. Come on, Army. Play Syracuse close this weekend just for giggles. I think the Canes are going to stomp Temple. It's worth throwing some pizza money that way.
Did you see it's written in the stars that the Minnesota Twins are going to win at least one playoff game this year for the first time in forever?
It's written in the stars?
Because Rocco Baldelli is on paternity leave right now.
Is that right?
Because twins are being born into his family.
Oh, they might win the World Series.
I mean, what?
Pretty crazy. Yeah. Man, so let's see here. Yeah, the wild card standings, the third wild, all that. This is nuts.
It is convoluted, sir.
Did you know that the Padres, if they sweep this weekend, the Padres could make the playoffs? This is getting crazy. Stranger things have happened. They could.
Well, the run differential suggests that they should have been there all along.
Well, true. Actually, they're a team that nobody would want to play if they make it. They got a lot of.
Blake Snell starting game 1. You're down 0-1.
Yeah, clear Cy Young Award winner. 75 and 78. They've won 7 straight. They're 8 out of their last 10. It could happen.
Maybe I should revisit my question. Who was more high when they were doing what they were doing in sports? Was it Tracy McGrady? Is it Victor Hovland or Blake Snell? So add Blake Snell into that equation.
Those numbers over the last, 12 starts are the silliest thing in the world. They're like Bob Gibson numbers. Seriously, you go back and look at the strikeouts and the domination across the board. I mean, he went through a stretch where I literally couldn't hit the baseball.
Willie Mays admitted to taking greenies between doubleheader games.
Right.
I think my man Blake is taking gummies between innings. He's just chill out there.
Yeah, and his stuff is filthy, and he's kind of mastered it and figured it all out. So be interesting. So the dream is over here this weekend for Colorado. This is, I think, has a chance to get silly. Like that is a bad matchup. I know you're heartbroken.
Yes. Did I time that right?
Here's what I want you to know. I've told you this many times, but in the midst of football season and the end of baseball season, I always have a little voice inside my head that says, I think hockey starts any day now.
Buddy, training camp this week.
Can you believe it's ridiculous?
Yeah.
There's an exhibition game this month.
To the, let's see, we've got around 600 people watching. To the 4 Tampa Bay Lightning fans that are out there right now, law of averages, big numbers. Right? Don't worry about Stamkos. The contract will work. It's going to happen.
All right.
In Tampa right now, it feels like a Mike Evans situation. It's not going to be.
No, and players say what they say, and their agents always do the same, and you get all that. But like,
He will remain in Lightning Blue.
All right, I like it. You're connected to that organization, so I have a feeling that somebody may have told you some good things.
Yeah, if we were in Tampa right now, dude, I would not have done that.
No,
that would get somebody in trouble.
Yeah, I know. We have a mutual friend in that organization, and I like hearing this good news, Tom, because I have not texted him.
It's not imminent or anything. It's just don't worry about it.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be all right.
It's going to be all right.
Pre-game show tomorrow at 11 a.m. We'll be on. Can't wait for it. Should be fun. Florida State and Clemson. Join me and Tom tomorrow, 11 a.m. Good work out of you, sir. Good work, Director Matthew. Be well, everybody, and peace.